Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're really tuned into what's been happening around the 49ers lately, you probably already know that the team is always looking for ways to strengthen their roster, especially on the defensive line and along the offensive line. But what's new? Well, just recently, the 49ers made some interesting moves that could have a ripple effect, not just for this season but for the future of the team. They've signed two promising young players to their practice squad, DL Evan Anderson and OL Killian Zira. Now, these might seem like minor moves on the surface, but trust me, there's more than meets the eye here. Let's start by talking about Evan Anderson. This guy is a 6'3", 326-pound defensive lineman who originally entered the NFL as an undrafted free agent back in May 2024. Anderson is only 23 years old, but he's already accumulated some valuable experience. He appeared in 12 games last season, starting in just one of them, but his stats are noteworthy. He registered 24 tackles, which shows he's got a nose for the ball. He also came away with a sack, forced a fumble, and recovered a fumble. These are the kinds of plays that make a difference on the field, especially when you're trying to bolster your depth on the defensive line. Anderson's background is pretty impressive. He hails from Orlando, Florida, and played college football at Florida Atlantic University from 2020 to 2023. Over his college career, he appeared in 39 games, racking up 145 tackles, including 20 for loss and 7 sacks. That's solid production for a player coming from a smaller school. And he earned third-team All-AAC honors his senior year, which speaks volumes about his talent and work ethic. But here's the thing, Anderson was waived by the 49ers on August 27, 2025, only to be brought back recently to the practice squad. It's a move that shows the organization still sees potential in him, even after a brief stint away. They're giving him another shot, and that's important because it means they believe he can develop into a reliable rotational player in the future. The defensive line is a key component of the 49ers' defensive identity. They've always prioritized a strong front that can generate pressure and stop the run. Anderson fits that mold, and with his size and college production, he could be a hidden gem waiting to be unlocked. The fact that he's still so young and eager makes him a player to keep an eye on as the season progresses. Now, shifting gears to the offensive side, the 49ers also signed Killian Zira to their practice squad. This guy is a massive presence at 6'7" and 312 pounds. Originally, Zira signed with the Houston Texans as an undrafted free agent in May 2023. His journey in the NFL has been quite interesting. He spent time on the Texans' practice squad, and he also went through training camp with two other teams, the Atlanta Falcons and the Cleveland Browns. So, he's been around the block a bit, gaining valuable experience and demonstrating his versatility along the offensive line. Zira is a native of Munich, Germany, which is pretty unique in the league. Not many European-born players make it this far in the NFL, especially on the offensive line. He played college football at Auburn University, where he appeared in 21 games and started in 16 of them. That kind of experience in a competitive SEC program is no small feat, and it speaks to his ability to handle the physicality and complexity of NFL-level offensive line play. What makes Zira particularly interesting for the 49ers is his size and potential versatility. The offensive line is a critical area for San Francisco, especially with the team's focus on a dynamic running game and protecting a quarterback like Brock Purdy. Having a young, tall, and versatile lineman like Zira gives the coaching staff options to develop depth and possibly find a future starter or valuable rotational piece. Now, why are these signings so important? Well, the 49ers have been dealing with some injuries, along the offensive line and defensive line, as many teams do at this point in the season. Injuries can shift the dynamics of a team quickly, and having young, hungry players like Anderson and Zira ready to step in when called upon is vital. It's not just about filling roster spots. It's about building a pipeline of talent that can step up during crunch time. The 49ers have always been known for their depth and ability to develop players, and these moves fit perfectly into that philosophy. This also speaks to the ongoing strategy of the team. They're not just looking for immediate impact, though Anderson and Zira could certainly contribute down the line, but also for long-term development. The team's front office and coaching staff are always scouting for hidden gems, players who can be molded into key parts of their system. Anderson's college production and recent NFL experience suggest he has potential, and Zira's size and college background make him a project worth investing in. Plus, the fact that they're both on the practice squad means they're getting further coaching and evaluation, with the hope that they might be ready to contribute on game days in the future. Now, let's not forget the context of the NFC West. The division has been fiercely competitive over the last few seasons, with teams like the Seattle Seahawks and Los Angeles Rams always pushing the boundaries. The 49ers, under head coach Kyle Shanahan, have been at the top of that division, thanks to a balanced team that excels both offensively and defensively. But as we all know, injuries, roster turnover, and the unpredictable nature of the league can change the landscape rapidly. The addition of these young players is part of a broader strategy to stay ahead of the curve. The team wants to maintain its edge, keep pushing for the playoffs, and ultimately chase another Super Bowl title. Speaking of that, the 49ers' current roster is shaping up to be one of the most talented in recent memory. They have a strong core, especially on defense with players like Nick Bosa, who is a force on the edge, and their secondary, which has been solid all season. Offensively, Brock Purdy continues to impress, showing he's a capable leader and playmaker under center. The running game, led by players like Christian McCaffrey, keeps defenses honest, and the offensive line's ability to protect and create holes has been a key factor in their success. These recent roster moves, including signing Anderson and Zira, are aimed at maintaining that level of excellence and adapting to the inevitable challenges that come with a grueling NFL season. Now, looking ahead, the 49ers have some big games coming up. Their schedule is packed with tough opponents, and every game counts when it comes to positioning themselves for a deep playoff run. The depth along the line is going to be put to the test, especially if injuries crop up or if teams start to focus more on stopping their run game and pass rush. That's why these signings might seem minor on paper, but they're actually strategic moves that could pay huge dividends in the long run. Having young players hungry to prove themselves, who are familiar with the team's culture and coaching staff, gives the 49ers an edge. It's about building a team that can withstand the inevitable ebbs and flows of the season, stay competitive, and keep the championship dreams alive. And honestly, this is just part of the ongoing story of the 49ers this season. They've shown resilience, adaptability, and a real commitment to player development. The front office and coaching staff are always looking for ways to improve the roster, whether through draft picks, free agency, or internal development. The signing of Anderson and Zira is a testament to that philosophy. They're giving young players opportunities, trusting their potential, and trying to build a roster that's not just good now but sustainable for the future. So, fans, as we look ahead, it's exciting to think about what these moves could mean for the team's trajectory. Maybe Anderson develops into a key rotational player on the defensive line, providing that extra push in the trenches. Maybe Zira's size and college experience translate into a future starter on the offensive line, helping to protect Brock Purdy and open lanes for Christian McCaffrey. Whatever the case, it's clear that the 49ers are all in on building depth and nurturing talent, which has been a hallmark of their success over the past few seasons. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on these recent signings? Do you see Anderson or Zira making an impact in the near future? Are these moves just part of a bigger plan to dominate the NFC West and contend for another Super Bowl? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, more news, and more analysis, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. Thanks for being here, and as always, go Niners.